Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's session. How are you doing? I pray that all is well with you and your family at this time. So we're moving on to do text number 20 today of this beautiful Leela of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. And we're getting deeper and deeper insights by the Acharyas. Srila Prabhupada is illuminating the wonderful position of Mother Yashoda as compared to all the other demigods in this material world and the exaltedness of her love for Krishna. So we continue with the verse. So text number 20. Nimam virin kona bhavo nasrir apyanga samsaya prasadam lebhire gopi yatat prappa vimuktidat. Translation: neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. So we must remember that the question and answers is going on between Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj, he's eager for the mercy of Krishna. So he's trying to figure out now, how did Mother Yashoda, how was she able to get this kind of mercy? And in understanding that, they're comparing it to three very exalted people: Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi herself. So by his logic, he's saying to himself that if these three people can't get the mercy of the Lord, then who can? And who can is Mother Yashoda. So how did Mother Yashoda get such a level of mercy where she's able to control the Supreme Lord by her love? How is she able to do that? What kind of love is this, where she's able to control the Lord to this degree? Because we don't see this in any of the other descriptions in the material world. Remember, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they're all serving the Supreme Lord within this material world. And Lakshmi, she's serving the Lord in Vaikunta. So it's not the material world, but it's not the highest realm as described in the Vedas. It's Vaikunta. So in that realm also, she never gets to control the Lord to this degree. She never gets to exhibit this level of prema or love. And by no means and by no doubt, all these three personalities love the Lord supremely. But their love is no way in comparison to Mother Yashoda. We know, we've just been through the Purushottam month and we've seen what had happened to Lord Brahma. And by that experience, he had an introduction into this exalted love of the devotees of Vrindavan, the Brajbasis. And he got a glimpse of that love and he was totally bewildered. We were describing there that Brahma was not bewildered by logic. First level was logic, but that was not what he was defeated by. The first level of bewilderment, Krishna moved the cows there, moved here, everywhere. He totally got baffled. But when he saw Gopal, when he saw Krishna, he became defeated and bewildered by the beauty of Krishna. And this only we can get from the devotees who can explain this. Prabhupada was explaining that extensively yesterday. It's only the devotees who can understand Krishna. Otherwise you can't understand. By logic, by philosophy, by ritual, all the rituals that we do, Krishna is not understood in that way. He says that in Bhagavad Gita 18:55, Bhakti mam abhijnanati yavanyas-chasma tatvataha tato mam tatvato gyatva visanam tattanantaram. I can only be understood by bhakti as I am standing here before you, Arjun. If you want to understand my other features, then you don't need bhakti for that. You can understand my universal form by ritual. You can understand my Vaikuntha form to a certain degree, up to Pada Sevanam. That's the highest feature there. You can understand my serving the lotus feet of the Lord. You can understand that up to Vaikuntha. But if you understand me as Krishna, Aham, if you want to understand me as I am, then those processes are not going to work. So what is the process that's going to work? Bhakti mam abhijnanati, devotion, love. That is the process that's going to work. That process and only that process. So now when Parikshit Maharaj is observing this process and saying, certainly all these exalted demigods, they love Krishna. Certainly we see that with Brahma, we see that with Lord Shiva, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambho, that he is the greatest Vaishnava, Lord Shiva. Vaishnava Yata Shambho, Shambho, Lord Shiva, greatest Vaishnava. So certainly they have love. And Lakshmi also, Pada Sevanam, she's the perfection of serving the lotus feet of the Lord. She's always sitting at his lotus feet. She's always serving on his chest as the Srivatsa. She's that streak of hair on Krishna's chest. Srivatsa. This is Lakshmi Devi. So she's always serving. So certainly they're exalted. But now we're seeing a level of devotion, we're seeing a level of service where not only Krishna is blessing, but he's also becoming so overwhelmed that he's fearing, he's running. We've never seen this kind of response from the Supreme Lord before. That's why it's so enchanting. So what is it about this love of Mother Yashoda that is bringing out this kind of behavior in the Supreme Lord? This is certainly enchanting. So this verse brings out that comparison. So let's see what Prabhupada says here. This is a comparative study between Mother Yashoda and the other devotees of the Lord. So we are trying to not to compare them as in a competition. Oh, I have more love for Krishna than you. It's not a competition. It's by their nature. This is because we are sadhana bhaktas, and doing sadhana to come to Krishna. We have the love in the heart, but it's not manifest because of the environment and because of our conditionings. But these personalities, they naturally exhibit this on a very high, pure, unalloyed, ananya bhakti, on a very pure level. So by studying them and their Krishna's interaction with them, we can learn, because we are practicing sadhana, then we can learn what is pure love. What is love in this world? I was telling you about that doctor who was giving a class the other day. And I was surprised, being a doctor, he said, this is what I was searching for. I was trying to understand what is love in this world. So if you want to understand what is love, we know all these personalities love Krishna, love God. But when you sing Mother Yashoda, this is a different level of love, because look at the response it's bringing out from the Supreme Lord. Nobody else has brought out this level, this depth of response that Mother Yashoda has brought out from Krishna. So it's certainly very captivating, and Parikshit Maharaj is hearing this and reflecting on this. And Sukadev Goswami can see that this is what is going on in the heart of Parikshit. And he's explaining each part of this Leela in great depth to give Parikshit this realization as the disciple, to give him this understanding. Tadadi buddhi yogam tam, Krishna is saying, I give you the understanding. Yena mam upayantite. How to come to me. You want to come to Krishna? He is going to reveal in your heart. He is going to show you this is what is love. You see what you are infatuated here in this love, in this material world, boy, girl, and greatest love in this world, mother and child. So even those are exalted, but those are all just semblances. They're just semblance of love. You want to understand what is love? This is pure love. This is what is possible. This is why when Parikshit Maharaj is hearing this, he's completely enchanted. I can't believe it's a Supreme Lord that is running in fear. He's running away in fear. What is a relationship like this that can create that in the Supreme Lord? How does he become infatuated with the pastime that he starts to behave like this? It can only be the exaltedness of Mother Yashoda's love that can bring that out. So Prabhupada goes on. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 5.142, Ekale Iswara Krishna Ara Sabha Britya. So Britya means servant. Ekale Ishwara Krishna. Ek means one. Ekale Ishwara Krishna. There is only one Ishwar. The Supreme Ishwar is Krishna. Ekale. Ek means one. Ekale Ishwara Krishna. And Sabha Are Britya. Everyone else. Sabha. Sab. Like in, this is Bengali, so they say Shaba. Shaba Are Britya. Shaba Are Britya. This is how they would say it in Bengali. But in Hindi we say Sablok. Sab. Sab means everyone. So Sabha Are, everyone else, Britya, servant of Krishna. This is spoken 5.142 Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Prabhupada explains, the only Supreme Master is Krishna and all others are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Britya Vasyata, becoming subordinate to his Britya or his servant. So although everyone is a servant of Krishna, he is not just accepting the majesty of, everybody must. This is what all the other religious traditions in the world, their realization comes up to this point. That God is the Supreme and everybody should pray to Him, worship Him. Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. That everybody should offer namaskar and pray to Him. And yes, this is what by nature the soul does. But Krishna doesn't like to be, the Supreme God all the time. There's more enjoyment than that. Just accepting people bowing down to you. And there's no competitor to Krishna. So what enjoyment will there be there? What rasa will there be there? If there's nobody who can challenge your position as God, then what is your position as God? You see that dilemma that God has? There's nobody that can challenge the position of God. He is the Supreme Ultimate Being. Ekale Ishwara Krishna. So if nobody can challenge it, where is there any enjoyment in it? To be a president, you got other people who are contesting parties. We just see in American politics recently, Donald Trump has been overthrown by Joe Biden, and his vice president, Kamala Harris. So we can see that 1 minute you're in position, next minute you're out. But nobody can dispose the position of Krishna. Ekala Ishwara Krishna. He is the Supreme. So if there's no challenge to Him, where's the enjoyment in being the Supreme? Do you see? He's the Supreme Enjoyer. We can enjoy in this world. We know how to enjoy, right? In this world, Saturday night, Sunday morning, So we know how to enjoy our senses in this world. So Him being the Supreme Being, what is the potential for Him to enjoy? Unlimited. Our potential to enjoy here is limited. We can only see so far, hear so far, and feel, touch so much, and smell to a certain degree, and taste to a certain degree. this is our levels of enjoyment. And yet it seems so overwhelming that we dedicate our whole life by running behind the senses. Now, can you imagine if you had all of that in unlimited? And this is Krishna. He has everything unlimited. So he has unlimited level of enjoyment, but there's no contest. There is no contestant to challenge his throne. He is the supreme being. So what do you enjoy then? He is actually experiencing a dilemma. So until his devotees now control him by love, then that brings out more enjoyment. Do you see what is enjoyment and how the Supreme Lord is actually suffering if he's not experiencing with his devotees? He's actually suffering. This is a very deep point, and only Krishna consciousness or Gaudiya Vaishnavism brings this out. Only the devotee can bring this out for people to understand. That's why we're so grateful to Srila Prabhupada for these purports. He goes on to say, now, although everyone is Bhritya, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Bhritya, the position of Mother Yashoda is the greatest. So although everyone is servant, there's so many servants, but Mother Yashoda has a special feature, a special situation, and her position is the greatest compared to these other three. And it's not in any way to undermine them. They are all exalted and great personalities. But Mother Yashoda's depth, the depth of Mother Yashoda's love, can be seen by us by how Krishna is responding. How do you see the depth of Mother Yashoda's love? Not by what she does, because that can be done by others. That gives a glimpse. But you see how Krishna responds. So you see how Krishna responds. Then you can understand how deep is her love. Just like in a relationship with a pet and its owner, you can see the owner serves like other people, but when you see the pet dog responding in a certain affectionate way, then it gives you an idea of the depth of the relationship between the owner and the pet. Just like that, when we seeing the depth of Krishna's response, we're getting an idea of the depth of Mother Yashoda's love. Do you see how deep this is? This is very deep. No other religious tradition explains God in the way Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Krishna consciousness does. It's so deep. Prabhupada goes on to say, Lord Brahma is Bhritya, a servant of Krishna, and he is Adi Kavi, the original creator of this universe. Tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavaye. So this is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1. Janmadi yasya yataha itaratasche svabhigya swarat tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavaye muyanti yat suryaha. So this tene Brahma Hridaye muyanti yat surya, from the heart. We know when all the demigods and Lord Brahma went to the milk ocean to ask Lord Vishnu for help because of what was happening on the earth, he didn't even speak to Brahma. He didn't speak to any of the demigods. He simply from the heart. Tene Brahma Hridaye Adi Kavaye muyanti yat suryaha. Tene Hridaye, from the heart, he sent a SMS to Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma understood, oh, Lord is coming, he's taking avatar soon. He's going to descend. Avatar means one who descends, not one who takes a material form. We discussed this point that Krishna has no material form. Namam Ishwaram Satchit Ananda Rupam. You are the Supreme Lord, and your Rupam, your form is Satchitananda. It's eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. It's not a material form full of ignorance. Krishna's form is Satchitananda Rupam. Your form is eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. So when Krishna takes avatar, he doesn't come in a material form. That's why you see he just appeared. It's proof. He just appeared. It's not a material form. And how does he appear? You seen any child appear with full ornaments, fully decorated? Never. Who is born like that? Fully decorated, ornaments, everything. So he comes in the form of Vishnu. Then we're remembering in Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison, when the Lord descended, he first came in four-hand form because that's what they could relate to. Then he transformed into a little child so that they can mother him, take care of him as a parent. But with full ornaments, he was fully decorated. Just like we're hearing in Damodarastikam, Namamishwaram Sachetanandarupam Lasat kundalam gokule brajamanam Yasoda biyolo kaladavamanam Param dristimatyantato dhritya gopya. That he is fully decorated. His earrings are shaking. He has his necklace on. That's how Krishna appeared. So how can he have a material form? No. Krishna, when he comes as avatar, avatar means one who descends. As he is there, he comes same like that. So it goes on to say, nonetheless, even he could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yashoda. So in the comparison with Lord Brahma, even he couldn't receive that amount of mercy. We discussed this in Purushottam month, as Mother Yashoda has. So let's see Lord Shiva. As for Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnava nam yata Shambho. He is the topmost Vaishnava, very, very exalted person. But what does he say? What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service, since she always associates with the body, since she always associates with his body. So she's always doing Pada Sevanam. Pada means feet, Sevanam means service. She's always massaging the lotus feet of Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi. So who can be so intimately so close, always touching the body of the Lord? Still the love is different. You're always touching the body of the Lord. You're always massaging the Lord's lotus feet. And here Mother Yashoda just catches him, pull his ears, this, that. And her love is greater than Lakshmi. What is this? Parikshit Maharaj is trying to understand. But even she could not get such mercy. What does it mean to get that mercy? It means to get that response from Krishna. By your love, Krishna is responding in this way. It's bringing out a certain response behavior in the Supreme Lord by the depth of your love. And nobody else is able to do that like Mother Yashoda is. Just understand what is the depth of Mother Yashoda's love. Prabhupada goes on to say, therefore Maharaj Parikshit was surprised. That is why he's so surprised. He's thinking, how is this? Even Lakshmi, even Brahma, even Lord Shiva can't bring out this response in Krishna. And here's a simple gopi, milk lady, a cowherd lady from a pasturing community in Vrindavan. She's able to bring out this kind of love in the Lord. What is this love? So you can see this whole Leela and this whole month of Kartik, we're coming to the point of assessing what is love. So many beautiful poems and songs have been written about this in the material world. And we can make many jokes about this as well. But in essence, is it what love is all about? Because people have been grappling with this point for years and years and millennia. What is love? What is it all about? This is what we're getting to understand here. So Prabhupada goes on.